Well, greetings. All right, here we are for the chat. So, should be streaming somewhere. So, all right, much love, and here we go. Greetings. I am Scion, the Yahyel. Blessings. I am ready when you are.
Hey, Scion, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So our first member for questions is Brian Knott, and he says, what are my guides' names, and have I ever met them in this human life?
Yes, there is a guide by the name of Christian, and one moment. Not getting a full clear of this name. V Christian and V. Those are your two guides. Actually, they do show up as twins. They are, of course, assisting you. During your astral travels, you do have many conversations with them, as everyone does. But they are, yeah, they've been kind of secretive recently. But I believe that will, and you might see V wearing a hood, a red hood, possibly. I believe that answers this question. Oh yes, if you met them in a real, yes, not in this incarnation, but other incarnation, not this one. Actually, no, I do not see him being in this incarnation. At least to see them, I mean, he's seen them, but they're not human or anything like that. Blessings.
Brian would also like to know how many human lifetimes he's had.
One moment. Given the number 45. That is all I have for that.
Okay, next up is Bianca. What has caused my left leg injury?
It does seem like you had an astral travel where it was it does seem like in some ways you're, one moment, I would say in some ways you're being punished. Apparently you went somewhere you were not supposed to go. So that had something to do with it. I believe there was a reptilian that was involved with it. I believe a reptilian was actually putting a lock on your leg. So you can't go anywhere. I believe it's been removed though. That is what I see.
Okay. Bianca would also like to know if there's anything else you can tell her about her health.
Well, yeah, she's going to some places to rehabilitate herself, basically. So in doing this, she's going to old friends, you can say, and he's like, never come back here. You go back there anyway, and so they get kind of angry. So I believe that's going on here, trying to make friends with those that used to. It's like a gang. It's like, yeah, she left the gang, and now she's going back to try to be friends with them, and it's not always working out the way she was hoping. So she might feel some kind of health defect because of that, because the beings around her are kind of toxic. There's insectoids around her also that are causing some mind manipulations. I don't believe she's being manipulated, but they do try to at least. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Jess. Do I have a connection with High Angel Brahma? If so, are there messages for me?
Yes, I do see a connection there. They just say to be yourself. They do show a car. This is they don't say a new car, but they're also showing lifetime one moment. You might sound this funny, but a past life as a auto mechanic. Not sure why she's saying that, but there's a reason for it, but she's not going into details. I believe it is affecting this incarnation. I mean, you go help her in this. I know it sounds very funny, but that is what she's saying. Blessings.
Okay. Jess's second question: did Yeshua's healing of my throat chakra completely release the blockage, or is there still more that needs attention?
Oh, there's still more. One moment. Yes, they're not saying a whole lot, but there is still more. Yes, there's still you could say a reptilian hold there still. I believe you are getting much assistance, but it does seem like you're part of your soul contract. It's hard to get out of this to be fully healed. You might start to see more clearly of why these things are happening, but you might get visualizations, but it's unknown at this time. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Stephen Davies. I was attacked by a bee in astral, and it infected me with some parasite that I could see in my mind's eye. Has it gone, and what was this all about?
Only thing I can feel from that is you went to a place in Orion. Actually, you went there to get an upgrade, and it ended up being where you're getting an infusion, basically. And it's basically an infusion to clear your space, your mind. It's just to help you be more clear. And this being you're basically being attacked, basically. I believe it was from I see a parasite being that was doing this. Basically, you did not see them coming. They were quite hidden, and this place that you went to was infiltrated by them. Also, it seems it was an ambush, basically. I believe you were not alone, though. Blessings.
Sorry, my mute's not working. Stephen would also like to know if there's any messages.
Well, this encounter, understand you are on a peaceful mission, and so beings are not agreeing with your peacefulness, and this is why these situations happen. It happens on your world also, so it happens in the universe many times. But you're going to places that are not exactly safe either, but you are safe, but it is kind of questionable areas you're going to. But it is helping a great deal because many of those beings are affecting this world. So the idea is to connect to them to clear their negative vibrations that will help humans open up more because they're causing a lot of the manipulations here. I believe you can connect with that. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Jim F. I've been feeling stalled lately. Is there anything that I'm neglecting to do that's blocking my progress?
One moment. Yes, I believe salt water would be good. Sea salt would be good for you to clear your energies. Sea salt bath, whatever it is, or a dip in the ocean is good also if you're around. But sea salt would help you clear out a lot of this blockages. As for fully clearing it out, all I can see is the angels will bring you much assistance. Meditate with the sun energies. They should give you messages. But sea salt should help in its own way. But the sun energy should at least ask you for a message. It should give you some indication, possibly. I believe it will. Blessings.
Okay, Jim would also like to know if there's any messages for him from Metatron or his higher self.
Yes, they're showing many Naga beings, snake beings that you're very connected to in a positive way. And you can connect to the Nagas, look them up on your internet. You probably feel a closeness to them. And they are here assisting humanity. And as for your connection with them, I believe you connect to them mostly in Agartha from what I'm picking up on. And their message to you is this will help you spiritually open up. Yes, it'll be a snake being, a humanoid snake being, but you can look them up on your internet, of course, to give you more familiarity, but you'd be surprised how much you will open up with them, their connections. Blessings.
Okay. Debbie M. would like to know who put the small charm on her front porch table.
All I'm getting is a small angel being, a child angel being. That's all they're saying. For good luck, goodwill. There is hope in the world, just to give you hope that the spirit world is watching. Sometimes I don't believe there's questions. Sometimes there is. It's like, there's not questions. It's like, when can I get out of this situation? So they're just giving you encouragement. That's nice.
Okay. Debbie M. would also like to know if there's any messages from her guides.
Yes, they say you're on a turning point, and not a fast one, but a turning point of trying new things. What's interesting, they do show you, this is up to you. I know you're probably not big on the Bible, but they do say that you will see alternative histories of the Bible if you wish to. That's up to you if you want to, if you have time on your hands to look into this. Either look at a Bible or just sense what you're picking up from it. Most likely you'll see much that hasn't been rewritten, though. But these are places that you've been in your past. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Susie. I need to find a good job, and I'm so discouraged after 3.5 months of looking. I would love to learn computer programming to find a new career. Any encouragement that this is a viable solution?
Well, yes, there's many openings for that. Yes. I also believe, yes, you will. Yes, I believe you will make one moment. The idea is to create a product for others to show your talents, basically. So yes, I believe it is a right choice for you. Blessings.
Okay. Susie also would like to know, is my age a real hidden factor in people not hiring me for a job?
In some cases, depending on where it is, not all cases, but also the job market isn't exactly in a good condition at this time. But with this venture you're thinking about, I would, yes, go ahead with it. There's much need for it at this time. Blessings.
Okay, so next up is Amy. I've been doing a lot of emotional releasing in the past couple days, and it has been very healing. What do my angels and guides have to say about this?
Interesting. They're showing me a feline that is around you. One moment. A feline, but also a blue avian that is around you. Is alien beings. So basically, they're saying, yes, this is excellent, and as much once you are healed yourself, you'll be healing others, and also you most likely have visitation from others around you. Also, you're on the right track. You are clearing a lot of hurdles. And most likely, you probably mostly see angels also up here. Blessings.
Okay, Amy's second question. I've also had a headache in the past few days, which is either from something I ate or an entity crawled into my forehead after having some worrisome thoughts. Can you tell me what the headache is from and send help and healing to me?
Well, understand, yes, you're reversing your energy. You're reversing the negativity. You're clearing out the negativity. So part of you is still trying to hold on to it, what it's used to. So I believe this will go away. You can send healing to it. Now you have an idea. It's just part of your ego is holding on to. So you can't let that go. I'm used to that. So it's part of your ego that's playing tricks on you, you can say. It's trying to go back to the old version of you, so your body is still adjusting. It tells you what healing does. Your body takes some time to adjust to go into more of a positive vibration. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Miguel. I had a dream last weekend where I was in a facility training to fight. Sometimes we had deadly weapons and sometimes it was wooden ones. Can you tell me about that dream?
Yes, it seems like yes, it was on another Earth reality from what I'm seeing. And it's one that you're actually quite familiar with. Yes, you can call it Earth 2 if you want to give it a name. But it's one that's very different than this one, but many of the characters on this world are in different roles. And your role is very different also. From what I see, I believe you're part of the Secret Service from what I'm gathering. Blessings.
Okay, Miguel's second question. Did Athens have a civilization during the times of Atlantis, and did they fight each other in wars as told by Plato?
Yes. Yes, but many of the Greeks were Atlantean creations, but understand they had a long time to develop their own civilization. So it was another human creation, basically, from the Atlanteans. And the Lemurians are much Lemurians are very much involved with Greece. Many Lemurians went to Greece to be a teacher. Much of that's been lost in your past, but yes.
Okay, so we're moving on to chat room 2. And first up is Vasco. What are some ways I can better connect to my spirit guides other than meditation?
A moment. Basically, visualize them. And your visualizations, just have a conversation with them. Eventually, they will speak back. That is one way of going about it. That is, you can visualize them standing in front of you or near you, and just they'll give your intuition get used to connecting to them. There's an exercise anyone can try also. Blessings.
Okay, second question from Vasco. The Gmail user Gotta Move wanted to know when his relocation date will be.
August. Possibly. August. That's not a firm date, but August, it seems. Of this year, I think. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Wanda 11. Would Archangel Raphael please give me any message that would help me at this time for what I've been going through?
Yes, I believe. Yes, it says not to blame yourself. You in some ways you're blaming yourself, but you will find an end to this situation also. But right now, the self blame seems to be quite heavy. Even if you are blaming others, it does seem like you self blame essentially to your guides, but mostly to yourself. You might not be fully aware of it, but that is what they're saying. So once you reverse that, I believe you feel much better. Blessings.
Okay, Wanda's second question. Is the guide that I have named Taranto a native Indian from Canada? If so, what life did we share?
Yes, and lifetime. All I'm given is the 13th century. So it was some time ago. But there's a lot of times after that, but he's showing just the 13th century. That was a very important time. Oh, because he was the big honcho during that time. That's why. So he was like Sitting Bull in some ways. So yeah, he's congratulating himself on that one. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Inara. I hear footsteps and whispers in my right ear and other sounds when I'm by myself at home. Who is trying to communicate with me?
And these are footsteps in her home, correct? Just like
Yes.
1 moment.
Footsteps and whispers.
Yes, that is just a being that has been lost. 1 moment. I'm receiving a female name by name of Gwendolyn, something around those lines. Gwendolyn, it's a female. She's not just, I don't think she was, she's not thinking very clearly as it is, so getting her name out doesn't, that's not going to happen either. But it is Gwendolyn. This is, send this one into the light, I would. Yes, I would not trust this one too much either. But I don't believe it's vicious to you or anything like that, but it is one that has, it's been heavy for this one recently. Blessings.
Okay. And our second question. My son Orion asked me if he was a being from the sea in a past life since he doesn't like shrimps and crabs. What connection does he have with the sea?
On other worlds, there are civilizations underwater. So I believe he's had many lifetimes. I imagine you do not have this on your planet, far as well, you do, but you're not aware of it. And it is, yes, it's very active civilizations. There are water worlds, and he is very active in the sea. He's very connected to, interesting, I see him more connected to the sharks. And I see him very connected to the shark beings. Yes, he's had an incarnation as a shark being. It's not exactly as a, yes, it's not exactly as you might see it here. It's a lot more tame than on your planet. But yes, it's very definitely connected to the sharks, and the ocean is definitely his home. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Angie S. What have I been doing in astral as I'm having strange dreams and waking up often?
It does seem like the Arcturians are clearing a lot of negativity from this world. And they're going into astral of others here that are closed down from astral. At least they think they are. They don't remember. They don't acknowledge astral. And it seems like you're going with the Arcturians to those that are, as you call it, asleep, however you want to word it, and helping them with their astral situations, because many of them are being attacked and unaware of how to protect themselves. Because the more you connect to your spiritual beings abilities, it does help you be protected. Not always, but it does help. It helps you filter out the negativity also. If you have a negative experience in astral, you have a negative experience in this world also. It goes back and forth. It can, not always. So that is what's happening at this time. So you're assisting many at this time. You do take breaks, but I believe it's family members that you're assisting with at this time. Blessings.
Okay, Angie would also like to know, who are my guides at this time, and can I get their names if possible?
One moment. Yes, you have a male guide by the name of Dwight. And it's in a female by the name of Kiana. And they're very angelic-like. They are, let's see, interesting enough, they are around your cooking a lot. They seem to be very much into the cooking phase. Arts, you can say. That is that's not their only thing, but that is, either way, blessings.
Okay, so next up is Zinyu Ki. Why do I have a blockage in my linguistic capabilities?
One moment. It does seem like there's a galactic war you went through in one of your past lives. And another being, you could say, attached a blockage to you. But I believe you can remove it, though. I believe it's been there for some time, from what I'm seeing. But it's one that's, I believe you'll be able to block it to a certain extent, from what I'm seeing. Blessings.
Okay, Zinyu would also like to know if there are any messages.
One moment. Yes, it does seem like you're connecting to. One moment. There are Turians, Palladians, Syrians, many beings to reawaken yourself. You've had many incarnations as gray with technologies in your past. And some of that has to do with the blockage that you're going through also. Meaning going to places you probably should not have been going to, but also creating things you probably should not be creating. Also, it caused mischief, but it was never the intention to do so. So, but these beings around you are assisting you, bringing healings. But I believe they take you to Agartha for healing processes also. It does seem like you have a connection with Arcturians that has not been fully met, a plan, a mission with them, but they're not making it clear with us at this time. It is positive, of course. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Donna Riggs. This has been a hard week for me emotionally. Can you tell me what's going on behind the scenes to cause such turmoil?
One moment. Yes, there seems to be an issue with the Palladian Council that's been going on. Oh, yes, beings have been. Yes, I believe the Palladian Council has been attacks going on. Even the angelic realms have been going through a lot of negativity recently. So at this time, beings are trying to disconnect you from your spiritual direction, basically. So they're going through. I believe these are reptilians, part of the Palladian councils, and you're also being affected through different higher dimensional beings or the angelic realms. So there's a lot of cloudiness going on at this time, but not like this will all clear itself out. I believe mostly next week, not this week. But there's a lot of miscommunication also by lower dimensional beings. They're trying to deter everyone from awakening, because many that are awakening are getting stronger and trying to assist others, and in doing so, many are becoming not too pleasant with that decision. Blessings.
Okay. Donna's second question. A couple weeks ago, I lost a decent amount of cash. Can you tell me if it was found by someone in need?
One moment. I don't believe so. I believe it was somebody that. But didn't I go to a? One moment. One moment. Well, it was not someone that was fully in needed, but somebody. It was helpful. Let's put it that way. But they weren't like totally on the streets or anything like that. But it did help. They felt it was a blessing, actually. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Freddie Kulit. When I was focusing on remembering my dream, I received several pictures of different worlds with giant crystals. Who sent me these and what are the messages?
I believe it's the Andromedans. You mean going there for healing practices, but also to. I believe I see the teaching energy with you that can bring assistance. I believe you're already aware of that. I also see the crab people around you also. And that is in Andromeda. One moment. With these places that you've been going to, you're actually a protector of these worlds. And you're a protector of this world also, as you're re-downloading the knowledge to yourself to assist here. You're relearning what you already know. Lessons.
Okay, second question for Freddie. What was the meaning of the dream I had last night with an archangel?
Basically, they're saying that you are ready, but yes, readiness means knowledge will come through when the time is right. Right now, you are still building. You're building yourself so you can receive more knowledge. You're. One moment. They're not going into any details, but you are in a turning point, basically. Basically, yes, it's showing that you would learn other healing skills or other metaphysics skills. Let's put it that way. Possibly even more knowledge from their ancient times, They're not going into full detail right now, but it is whatever, because it's up to you. It's like they're showing you a book and you're picking out what you want to experience next, basically. Blessings.
Okay, so next up is Marianne A. I would like to know from the Galactic Council of Light if I'm working on a project with them.
Yes, one moment. Yes, it does seem like you're working with many healing technologies, free energy, many technologies. I mean, you're not necessarily within, you're just assisting, it seems like, the future inventors of this to receive downloads for this type of technology. You're already receiving it now, but also you're working on future timelines. It is something you're always going to be working on, it seems, to assist with this knowledge to come and to help the Earth to sustain itself in a healthier manner. Because aliens can't help with everything. It's good for humans to, walk on their own. They might have assistance, but this type of technologies is something that you're involved with bringing it to the right people for downloads. And you're already doing it. I believe even in Tesla, you're involved with that type of download also. That was a part of an alien experiment. It wasn't all Akashic records. Yes, it was Akashic, but it was also assistance from other Akashic records from other realities. Blessings.
Okay, her second question, could I get an Andromedan infusion?
Yes, of course. I believe it would be during your sleep time. Blessings.
Okay, so next up is Denise 1111. Does our 19-year-old cat named Oreo have any past lives with my son Kyle?
Yes, they were brothers to each other. Palladian incarnations. I do not. Yes, there's also your animal friend was also a wolf here on this incarnation on this planet. I don't believe the two of them connected during that lifetime, though. Lessons.
Okay, her second question. It kind of leads, it's from the first one. My son Kyle is not able to let go of our cat Oreo, who has severe loss of kidney function. Kyle will not let Oreo be put to sleep. Mom's been taking Oreo to the vet to get fluid treatments to help toxins be released from his system for over a year. Looking for any help or guidance.
Well, yes, the son has to learn how to let go, and because Oreo is ready to leave, but this is also for the son to learn of loss. He has to learn it eventually. So eventually, you're going to have to do what you have to do because Oreo is going through a lot of pain, but also your son's gone through a lot of pain. He has understand his past lives. He has lost family members at an early age. Like mother, father, brother, sister. I believe it was mostly a brother during his recent incarnation. So, reason he's connected to the cat so much, he feels like that is like, a sibling. So, with that type of connection, it's understandable why he's going through this. So, send him healing to help him release these. Well, it's not just that lifetime. There are others where he's had early losses. To help him release it, that should help him. Now, it takes time, but eventually Oreo is going to have to be let go eventually. He's going to have to learn this eventually. But yes, it is a past life connection that you quite understand, well, especially when you're very young, but young enough to remember a brother, a sister, and in losing them is quite tragic, of course. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Moses. Can you tell me more about my lifetime as an Anunnaki emperor? If you have my name, etc.
As for name, well, the Anunnaki says it's not appropriate to bring that name into this environment. That is the past. They don't want to bring up the past. But as for one moment. One moment. Well, as a emperor, yes, you were very interesting. You were part of actually very much of the Asian creation of of China and things of that sort, of the Asian populations. You're very much involved with that. It was in a positive way. But understand a lot of it, one moment, did get slurred by other Anunnakis that took it into another direction. So I believe the Asian populations are very much involved within its early creation process. Other than that, that's all I have at this time. There's more, of course. Blessings.
Okay, second question from Moses. Are there any important messages from my higher self?
Yes, your higher self says your dreams are very important at this time. And it will get more intense because you're doing a releasing process at this time. You might see yourself in Antarctica because you've had incarnations. You have been there before man was there. As not as an Anunnaki, but as an alien being, but also they are showing as a human being also because a lot of histories. Of course, they say humans haven't been here, but that's not true. Blessings.
Okay, so next up is Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, it seems like you've been connecting to Yeshua. As for you've been assisting him on his journey. Understand he has a third dimensional life again. And he is asking for assistance from the angels, and I believe you are one of his angels. Another aspect of you, of course. Because he gave so much to you in other incarnations, now you're giving back. Blessings.
Okay, Carol would also like to know if she has any connections to Sanat Kumar.
Only thing I'm seeing is most likely, I'm seeing mostly a Greek incarnation. Ancient Greek incarnation. I believe he was a male and you were a female. And there was a lot of arts involved and theater. They're not going into full detail, but yes, you're very close. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Ra. Why is eating pig not allowed in Judaism and Islam? Curious if there's a galactic reason.
Well, you can say that the pigs had a lot to do with human incarnations here. As for your skin, it's like, don't you... Well, a lot of them wanted to show the pigs also respect. Also themselves respect, because humans and pigs aren't that much different as for DNA. So it was to show respect, basically. It's like being a cannibal, basically. Eating other humans. So, of course, it's okay to eat other humans, but it was basically respect. There's most likely other versions of this, but that's one I can connect to. Blessings.
Okay. So Ra's second question, do I have any messages from my guide, Serafina?
Yes, it seems like you're receiving a lot of downloads, but not fully remembering everything. Did you show the Dolphin Collective, the amphibians? But they're also part of Earth's evolution in the early stages of this Earth incarnate, as the Earth was being created, basically. As all these beings were here in human form or whatever form they felt comfortable in to give to this planet, and you were involved with those incarnations as forgiving. Because as the Earth was being created, as the animals are being populated on this Earth, it took some time. So it was not something that was done in a day. So you had several incarnations during that process. As these beings and others. Blessings. Yes. Is anybody there? Internet must not be working.
Oh, yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, so we not hear anything. Yes, I can
Oh,
hear you now. Yes.
interesting. Okay, I'll read the question again. So, Gregory Savakul, I'm getting frustrated. I'm trying to set things up financially to go to a friend's wedding, and basically everything we planned to fund the venture has fallen to pieces. Why am I having such a hard time?
But it does seem like it's not time for you to go. There's reasons behind it. One moment, there's a possibility you'll be able to reserve funds from or to borrow funds from someone else to do this, but it does seem like one moment. Yes, it does seem like a conflict that is going on. Let's see. Am I getting a clear indication of this? It could be between you and someone else at this wedding that you're not fully aware of. Let's see. Yes, there are some. It does seem like there's some fourth dimensional beings that do not want you to go there. But it's civil rivalry. There's something. There's a past life connection there. But as for the funds creating, one moment, I believe you will find it eventually, possibly. You have to go into a direction you might not be looking for, though. Blessings.
Okay, Gregory's second question. Does anyone have any messages for me?
Your guide say you will work it all out. It's not, yes, it's an uncomfortable situation, but you will work it all out. But yes, there are beings that are mischievous beings that are at work at this time. And it gives you an idea of how they operate also. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Caden Dance. Any messages for me?
One moment. Yes, there's a lot of connection with the Yahyel you have. There's also a lot of dinosaur connections that you might not be fully aware of, especially as an incarnation as a dinosaur being. You also have a connection to Mars. And those Mars connections are part of the space program that is not known, that is not public. I believe you have a strong some kind of indication of it. There's something more to your incarnation here. I believe you're there for safety reasons of other beings. Yes, I believe it's part of the Palladians, but I'm not getting a full indication of this. It does seem like you're trying, yes, keeping the peace, but also you're doing it for your own civilization also. So if a war breaks out, it will cause much pain to your civilization. So the idea is to be cooperative and to work with everyone the best you can. Blessings.
Okay. Caden's second question. What can I do to speed up my awakening? For example, open my third eye, etc.
Well, visualize a crystal as your meditations. If you can connect to your meditations without, some are having very difficulties with the meditation connections, but a crystal energies or owning a crystal will help. It takes time to connect to crystal energies, but as for your third eye opening, moment. You'd be actually surprised. There are actually a lot of reptilian energies around you, positive, that can assist. It's basically if you see a reptilian around you, that is because they're actually helping you open your third eye. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Some things you don't want to see, but seeing that will most likely help. Hope so. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Symmetry. Are there any messages for me?
But yes, it does seem like you're going through an awakening period at this time. You have many lifetimes within the Middle Ages, and I don't believe they went that long. They were short lifetimes. So in this lifetime is why you feel like you're lost. You've had lifetimes where you knew exactly what you're going to do, but then your life was cut short. And now you have a lifetime that is not cut short, but then you're kind of going backwards. Like, I'm not sure where I'm going. You have an idea, of course, but getting there isn't always the easiest. As a knight, everything was much easier. So this incarnation, you're learning from a different point of view. Blessings.
Okay, my name's Stacy.
Yes.
So I have a question about an event that happened on Friday. I was driving in the car and I felt very connected to nature for being in a vehicle. I saw like a bunch of rainbows. I started thinking of tree people, rainbow people, Agartha, and then went like deeper into the feeling of Agartha, and then felt like a Mother Earth energy. And I was just wondering about that experience.
Well, yes. I mean, practically, it feels like you can even open up a portal and drive into Agartha, basically. You're that connected. I don't believe that will happen, but at least not now. But I believe you will have future connections. But yes, you're just opening up. It does seem like you're getting more sensitive to the idea of being able to actually connect to Agartha and bring a lot of that vibration with you. So I believe in your even throughout your day, I'm most likely to feel that you will, especially when you're in a situation where you don't feel like you are in a. It's like, can I connect with? You're in this incarnation, but you feel like you're like, let's liven it up a little bit so you can bring these energies back to you anytime. So I believe it'll get easier and easier the more you do this, basically.
Okay. And then after I had that connection with them, like I kind of felt like I went into like a meditative state for a while,
Yes.
just like looking at it was like beautiful double rainbows, like just amazing.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure because I felt like super light after, very happy. Just like my throat chakra actually felt like it had opened up a little bit during that time.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering if I had received a healing from Agartha or Mother Earth, or if that's just how it feels when you connect to those energies.
But you're allowing the connection to come. Yes, you did receive a healing, but also you are be able to open vortexes to Agartha also. I believe this will get stronger. As I said, when the time is right, you can something you can exercise daily if you like to. But most likely you'll be bringing more of that energies into this environment than actually going there. But it's practically like going there because you're bringing that environment to you. So if like you're in a room of people, of friends, you can bring that energy in and show everybody that this is all real, not fables and made up. So it will help the environment, but that's up to you. But I believe this is something you can dabble with, basically.
Yeah, I'll look into that. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was
Yeah.
a healing or not.
Oh yes.
And if it was, if it was from Agartha or Mother Earth or
Oh
just
no,
both in
it
general.
was from both, and you can also improve this definitely.
Okay, that's it for chat for
Yes.
tonight. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Scion.
Blessings. All right. Okay. Good night, everyone. Take care.